Joining me right now, Republican strategist Ford O'Connell, along with former DNC official and K Street media founder Pablo Manriquez. Good to see both you guys. Ford, I'll start with you here on this one. Naivete, shall we say, in terms of Katy Perry. But in terms of President Obama, I think that was pretty much a direct hit on Donald Trump and his strategy. You agree?
Well, I absolutely do agree it was a direct hit on Donald Trump. Look, controlling immigration is not isolationist, nor is it racist. It's practical and necessary. And when you're in the Oval Office, pure idealism sounds great, but it belongs on a Hallmark card. Your job is to not turn a blind eye to the cruel realities of the world, like ISIS, like illegal immigration in the United States. Your job is to protect your citizens. So I don't understand why Barack Obama is taking a shot at Donald Trump at this key moment when he's going to a NATO summit.
Yeah, it seems a little selfish. It seems a little classless, if you ask me, Pablo. Why is he doing it?
Well, I mean, I think that the abundance of naivety ultimately is on the Trump voter who was convinced that he were going to get a wall that Mexico paid for.
Can we back up? Because that's not actually what I asked. I wonder why on earth the former president of the United States is on an international stage right now while the current president is on an international stage, and why he's taking shots.
Well, I mean, to answer your question specifically, why he's on the international stage buttering up Angela Merkel before she meets with the president is because he made such a bad impression on her the first time they met that he now needs support. And honestly, if you think about it...
So you're telling me Barack Obama's trying to help Donald Trump do his job right now? That's what this is about?
I think that one of the last things President Obama said when he was still in office was that when President Trump succeeds, America succeeds. And I think he truly believes that. So, yes, to answer your question.
That's amazing, Pablo, because he's done just about everything within reason to try to undermine President Trump. And we know this. Come on. I agree that when Trump succeeds, we all succeed. But President Obama has it out for Donald Trump because he, frankly, doesn't like Donald Trump. He doesn't agree with his ideology, and he doesn't agree with many of his policies, particularly on immigration and particularly on ISIS. When we discuss naivete, let's remember it was President Obama who called ISIS the JV and retreated from the world. And when he says that Trump is basically trying to enforce immigration laws, somehow he's being isolationist, that's pretty ironic and pretty rich for me.
Let me just add to that before you respond, Pablo, that, it was also the Democrats that were laughing about Mitt Romney talking about Russia being a threat.
Right.
So, naivete.
Well, right, but I also don't think that, he's somehow unpatriotic in meeting with Angela Merkel and creating this ambiance of friendliness that we had during
the timing, Pablo. I mean, for goodness sake.
It's not like
again, back to having a little class and your position as the former president. Most of them have kind of, not interfered, right? And this is actually sort of a direct interference right now.
It's not like he jumped on stage and said his mother wears army boots. He basically just said that the wall is unfeasible, which is probably something that he heard from Pope Francis, too, behind closed doors in those 28 mysterious minutes that POTUS had with the Pope this week.
He said he did, not that it's unfeasible, but that we don't want a wall, basically. That we shouldn't be putting up a wall.
George W. Bush never spoke out against Barack Obama. Why is it okay for Barack Obama to now speak out against Donald Trump, particularly when we're in a critical juncture right now where we're trying to get Arab nations, Israel, and NATO to all march in the same lockstep and to pay their bills and to go out there and fight ISIS and counter Iran? I don't understand why you feel the need to speak up right now.
Pablo?
I mean, I think that if he stays quiet for the rest of his life, there's going to be a lot of things that don't get done in his post-presidency that would be, I think that for the rest of his life, he's going to be an influential figure. Anything he says, regardless of who the president is in the Oval Office, sometimes he's going to agree with them, sometimes he doesn't. He's a private citizen now. But, to remark on the wall wasn't exactly like the most inflammatory thing he could have said. I think that you guys are both right. He doesn't like Trump, but he does love America, and he is going to approach any situation with a foreign leader like Angela Merkel with patriotism aforethought.
Yeah, I guess I just keep going back to it's quite odd to see a former president on stage when you got the new president, the new guy, so soon into office. I mean, I use a business comparison, right? When a CEO leaves and passes the reins over to the new CEO, well, guess what? The old CEO really avoids trying to trash the new one because it's just not appropriate. Again, have some class. Ford, Pablo, thank you so much. Good to see both you guys.